everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I'm sharing with you day 29 of my 100 days project. This is a thing that people do. You can just sign up to do, well, you don't really have to sign up, you just do it. You use the hashtag 100 days project or 100 days project 2021. The other hashtag is 100 days of art. And today I wanted to do purple. That's it. I just wanted to do purple. So I did. I have this weird new tool. They're called Gesso Magic, and they're little silicone pebbles, two to a pack. I think there's a large and a small, designed to apply gesso to your canvases. And I ordered them. I thought they looked kind of cool. And they really kind of remind me of gel plates, only really tiny and oddly shaped. And I decided to see how it would apply just regular old paint to my canvas because this is a pre-gessoed 5x7 canvas panel. So I thought, could I blend and just do all kind of cool stuff on a canvas background with this little tool? And it worked out great. It gave a little bit of swirly texture. I added some more texture with this skewer there, but I just wanted to mix and blend these blues and purples of acrylic paint. Then I still had acrylic paint left, and I thought to myself, I wonder how it would go if I applied paint to my gel plate using this little tool. And so I did. I decided to just try it out. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen until you do it, right? It worked fine. I was able to add a lot of different colors in a patchy kind of way, and I was mostly just wanting to use up the paint, but I wanted to see how the tool would work. I'll put a link to the tool below. Like I said, it comes in a 2-pack. It's not expensive, and it's another way of applying paint or gesso. Basically, is how I think of it. We've got brushes, we've got scrapers, we've got catalyst tools, we've got fingers. Probably my number one choice, fingers, for a lot of things. For the gel plate, we've got a brayer. Of course, that's the most common way to apply paint, so you get a good smooth coat. But I just was messing around and having a little bit of fun with these tools. I'm not even sure how I found them. I got them from Amazon. Maybe it was a recommended thing or something. I don't even know. Maybe I was buying some gesso and it said, hey, you should try these. And I thought, wonder what that is. So, yeah, that's what happened. These things happen to me usually in the middle of the night when I wake up and things are being I need something to do and I'm looking at my phone. And yeah, I tried it with a couple different stencils. I tried it, and these are pieces of rice paper, by the way, that I'm picking them up on. And I got a bit of variation and kind of a streaky look instead of a really smooth rolled out look with these little tools. Different and interesting, just making more collage fodder for later because I'm always going to collage. That's just what I do, right? And I've really been kind of using a lot of rice paper lately. I have a couple different packs, different weights. Rice paper has a textured side and a really super smooth polished side. And so you got some variation. It's thin, it's kind of translucent, and when you collage with it, it's like using tissue paper without the tearing situation that you get with tissue paper. So I've been using a lot of it lately. So while I was doing all that and using up the excess paint, I set my little canvas aside to dry, and it's pretty dry now, and I'm grabbing some different collage materials. For the 100 Days project, my project is mixed media collage, so there's got to be collage on there. And I've been doing a lot of abstracts, although not everything I've done is abstract. A lot of them are. This black stuff that I'm tearing up right now, black and white stuff, is rice paper that I put some Sumi ink on. So Sumi ink is like a Japanese water-based ink. Doesn't dry permanent, so you have to be a little bit careful with it. It will move with water and with medium. But I just did some like little scribbles and doodles to use up some of the ink that I had poured out into a cup on these excess pieces of rice paper that I had from the edges of things. Like when I gel printed and then I had an edge and I tore the edge off, I used those little extra edges to do some scribbly doodles and mark making to use in collage. So that's what that is. And then I have a stencil print there that's just now tearing. That's a nautilus shell. And I've got some other little scraps. A scrap of map, like a road map. And just I think that other blue one is excess paint that I scraped off onto some deli paper. That's another paper that I like to use for collage because it's thin and lightweight and very sturdy. So I do have a lot of deli paper pieces too. And I'm just tearing them into different shapes and kind of clustering them in a way that I enjoy across the basically the middle to two-thirds down of the canvas. And then I'm going to use fluid matte fluid matte medium, liquid matte medium to glue them down, which normally you see me using the gel medium, but these are all really lightweight papers. And I think that collaging lightweight papers is easier with something, I guess more than lightweight. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about absorbent. The rice paper is absorbent like tissue. And I think that when you use napkins, tissue, absorbent stuff like that, it works a lot better to use the fluid matte medium. So I just use that instead of the gel medium that you see me using most often when I'm collaging. I wasn't going to switch back and forth. Not all of these are absorbent papers, but most of it was, and I wasn't going to get out the gel and then get out the fluid and then, back and forth. Excuse me. So I used the fluid, made sure that everything was stuck down, and I was being real super careful with those little uh, black scribble papers, making sure that I didn't scrape the brush over the top of them a lot because that ink is going to move. It's that Sumi ink, and I would end up getting black smears. So I'm more kind of like putting some down and then putting that paper in it and then kind of pressing over the top with the brush to get it saturated and then using a baby wipe to press it down to make sure that there's no bubbles in it. And that's the way that I'm treating those little bits because I don't want to get a big black smear going on. That would make me sad. So I just don't want to do that. But they do make for interesting additions, these little scribbles. Of course, if you didn't have them on pieces of paper for collage, you could always just scribble on it with a brush or something. Those were done with a Sumi brush with Sumi ink, which is kind of like a large round brush with a point. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Doing some collage, putting little pieces. This makes me incredibly happy. I can't even explain to you how this brightens my day to glue papers. I don't know why that is. It's kind of like a little weird obsession. I don't know, but it just makes me so happy. I love it. Love it, love it. And I'm really into abstract things right now. So have been for a while, since about last August or a little bit before I started wanting to do abstracts, and I'm still doing it, obviously. Fun stuff. I like it. So I think the collage is about done. I'm going to have to dry this. Yeah, I dried it. And then I needed to mess around with some other ways to add to it. I decided to use these Dina Wakley scribble sticks. Now, you guys on my channel who watch me a lot see me use all different types of things, right? And you're like, why do you have so many water soluble crayon products? I've got Neocolors, I've got these, I've got those gel sticks from King Art, I've got um, the Stabilo Woodies, I have a few distress crayons. I mean, I've got so many of these different types of products, but here's the truth, they're all different. And these ones are really different from the rest of them. The only way that I found that I enjoy using them is by dipping the tip of it into water. They're not creamy. Some of the other ones I have, particularly like the gelatos and the King Art gel sticks, those are super creamy, blendable with your finger. Then the Neocolors, which probably are my favorite, are highly pigmented, lots of pigment, and kind of waxy but easily react to water. So they're easily blendable. These are just different. I took a class with Dina Wakely, and so I ordered a bunch of these. I ordered all the sets so that I would have all the colors when I took the class, and I hardly use them. It's not that I hate them, it's just that I have to dip them in water in order to get the effect that I want. And then they work really great. And I didn't know about that until I took the Dina Wakely class. I just thought they were like just any other water soluble crayon, of which there are many. Uh, yeah, but I have fun with them when I dip them in water and make marks. It makes more of a blended mark, kind of a watery mark, and I don't know, it's fun. I went around with the white and kind of like blended the edges of my papers out with the white and then made some scribbles. I made some dots with some other colors. Uh, I have a pastel set and I used the pastel pink and the pastel yellow. And then I did want to add a little bit more lavender and I don't think I have a lavender one, or if, I don't know. Anyway, I grabbed one of these gel sticks too. These are those King Art ones that I bought in the middle of the night. Oh, look, there's 48 colors or whatever. I want that. These things happen. And they're extremely creamy. Like I just am blending it with my finger. It's like lipstick. It's almost just exactly like lipstick, which is weird. But an art project is lipstick, basically. But they're fun to play with. They're because they are so creamy, if you're putting them on a canvas like this, they do go down into the grooves of the canvas well. They're not waxy at all, so they're not gliding over the top of the canvas and leaving the texture look. You can blend them out and there's no texture because they're squishy and creamy and just kind of like sink down into the canvas, which I like. I guess I used quite a few little colors out of that pack. That's one of the 12 packs. I have 4 of them. So then what did I do? Oh, I decided to get out my fine liner bottle. I like this. The thing about the fine liner bottle that's fun is that it has this needle thing that goes down into the tip when it's not being used and keeps it from clogging. So many of the things that I have clog, and then I have to go through the whole process of trying to clean it out to use it. And this one never clogs. So I just recently refilled it. I put DecoArt titanium white media fluid paint in it with just a couple squirts of water from my squirt bottle. And it's fun. It makes fun marks. So yeah, I think that's what I did to finish it up. I hope you guys are enjoying all these different little canvases that I'm making in these 100 days. Anything that you see me put on a canvas, you could put on an art journal page, you could put it on a tag, you can put it on a card, you could put it on anything. It doesn't have to be a canvas. So just because I happen to be doing all these canvases right now doesn't mean that I would not use any of these techniques on any other surface. So don't get stuck on the fact that it's a canvas. I did some little swirly, scribbly things at the end, which I enjoyed. And someone said that they liked the dancing white marks. And I thought that's fun. They're dancing. That's really cool. Swirling and spinning and dancing. And anyway, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up or a comment or a question or subscribe or any of those things, that help me out with my channel. And that's it for day 29. Thanks. Bye-bye.